Golden sunlight bathes the earth, piercing through the clouds. Clocks tick in slow motion, each second magnified. Phones light up with notifications, a constant barrage of digital demands. People rush through their busy lives, a blur of motion. The narrator's voice cuts through the whirlwind. Sometimes, we whisper to ourselves, "I'll do it later." The sun continues to shine, indifferent to the world's procrastination. Jake lies motionless, his world reduced to the cold glow of his phone. His thumb becomes a blur as he mindlessly scrolls, each swipe a further descent into digital oblivion. The narrator's voice echoes in the room. We tell ourselves, there's still time. Yet, time slips away unnoticed, each moment lost in the endless feed. A sharp contrast divides the screen. Jake idly scrolls, while Anna intensely focuses on her project. Anna's brow furrows with intense concentration as she immerses herself in her work. But here's the truth. Every time you say later, you hand over a piece of your dream to regret. The stark division underscores the narrator's grim revelation. The village rests serenely under the sun, a haven of peace. Fields stretch endlessly, promising a life of simplicity and connection to the earth. Children play, their laughter echoing through the tranquil countryside. Once, in a quiet village, there lived a boy. His story begins here, in this place of innocence and simple beauty. The sun sets, casting long shadows, as the tale of the boy is about to be unveiled. In the heart of a bustling village, young Jake sits alone beneath a sprawling tree, a solitary figure amidst the lively activities of his peers. Sunlight filters through the canopy, casting playful shadows around him. A voice from afar echoes, painting a portrait of Jake's perpetual procrastination. He was lazy. The voice continues to highlight Jake's pattern. Schoolwork, later. Chores, tomorrow. Dreams, someday. In the bustling classroom, Jake is surrounded by a whirlwind of academic zeal. Around him, pencils dance and hands eagerly reach for the sky, creating a stark contrast to Jake's struggle. Jake's brow furrows with effort, a visible sign of his desperate attempt to keep up with the accelerating pace. A voice echoes with a haunting warning. His family pleaded. His teachers warned him. But he didn't listen. Why? Because he thought he had forever. Elijah, a wise man with a flowing white beard and kind eyes, walks into the village square, the heart of the community. The villagers gather around him. Their faces reflect curiosity and a glimmer of hope. One day, a wise man visited the village. Known across the land for his wisdom, people came from far and wide to hear him speak. Elijah smiles gently, his presence promising guidance and solace to the eager villagers. The villagers lean in, their anticipation building as Elijah prepares to share his wisdom. In the bustling village square, Jake watches from afar, his youthful face etched with curiosity and uncertainty. The boy, curious but unsure, approached after the crowd had gone. As the crowd disperses, Jake hesitantly steps forward, drawn by an invisible thread of curiosity. His eyes search the ground, his mind racing with questions and doubts. The once vibrant square now echoes with silence, amplifying Jake's inner turmoil. He pauses, his expression shifting from uncertainty to a budding sense of determination. As Jake approaches, his steps echo with the weight of his despair. He haltingly pleads, "Please, I feel like a failure." His voice heavy with self-doubt, he laments, "Everyone is ahead of me." A glimmer of hope sparks as he declares, "I want to change." He seeks guidance with a desperate question. "Tell me, how can I move forward?" At the village edge, Elijah looks at Jake, his face filled with concern. The narrator's voice echoes across the open landscape. "My child, you don't feel lost because of bad luck." The narrator begins, a haunting truth in his words. "You feel lost because you do not value time." Jake listens intently, his expression thoughtful. The weight of the narrator's words hangs heavy in the air. In the resplendent palace hall, sunlight paints the scene as the narrator sets the stage. And then, the wise man told this story. Long ago, there was a kind and generous king. King Alaric, his face a map of kindness and age, awaits his old friend. One day, he met an old friend from school. King Alaric greets Ben with genuine warmth. Inside the opulent palace, Ben stands disheveled, a portrait of defeat etched across his face. But the friend had nothing. No job, no respect, no hope. The narrator's voice fills the grand hall, painting a bleak picture of a life adrift, always blaming the world, never himself. Inside the opulent palace, Alaric listens with empathy to Ben's plight. The narrator recounts. The king listened, and then made an offer. Alaric extends an extraordinary offer of royal generosity. Before sunset today, you may take as much gold and jewels from my treasury as you can carry, Alaric declares. Alaric concludes the momentous proposition. Whatever you gather will be yours. Ben's eyes gleam with avarice and anticipation. Overjoyed, the man ran home. He starts running, his eagerness propelling him forward. His pace quickens. Ben is headed home. Inside Ben's home, Lydia's urgency fills the air, her eyes pleading. Lydia's voice cracks with emotion. Go now. Don't waste any time. Ben stares back, a conflict raging within him, torn between duty and hesitation. Lydia's hands reach out, as if to physically push him towards his unknown destination. The weight of the moment hangs heavy, a silent plea echoing in the room. Ben dismisses the concerns with a wave of his hand, his mind clearly elsewhere. Ignoring the gravity of the situation, Ben declares, I'm hungry. I'll eat first. He turns away, focusing solely on his immediate needs. The unresolved issue hangs heavy in the air as Ben heads to eat. In the quiet of his home, Ben eats with a detached indifference, each bite a moment stretched into an eternity. The sun's crawl across the sky marks the passage of time, a silent witness to Ben's contemplation. He ate. Slowly, the narrator observes, a somber note in their voice, thinking, there's still time. A haunting echo of hope amidst despair. Each moment becomes a canvas of reflection, painted with the hues of regret and lingering possibility. The ordinary act of eating transforms into a profound meditation on choices and consequences. Ben sits, satiated, as drowsiness descends. After eating, he felt sleepy. The narrator observes. He surveys the room, bathed in the sun's gentle glow. Just a quick nap, he thought. He succumbs to the inviting warmth, preparing for a brief respite. Ben lies motionless, lost in dreams of shimmering gold and glittering jewels. Time slips away unnoticed as the sun climbs higher, casting long shadows across the room. The narrator laments, but dreams of gold turned into hours lost. The stillness stretches, broken only by the soft sounds of the day passing outside. Lydia urgently shakes Ben awake on the sun-drenched road to the palace. Disoriented, Ben scrambles to his feet, the distant palace shimmering in the heat. On the way, he stopped again. Ben collapses beneath a tree's shade, declaring, It's too hot. I'll rest under this tree. Another nap. Another hour. Until Ben drifts off into slumber, oblivious to the relentless sun. As the sun dips below the horizon, Ben sprints towards the looming palace gates, his lungs burning. The colossal gates begin to slam shut, the echoing boom signaling the end of hope. The narrator's voice echoes, the sun was gone. He ran, but the gates were shut. The treasure, gone forever. Not because of bad luck, but because he wasted his time. At the village edge, Elijah ceases speaking, his gaze locking onto Jake with unwavering intensity. Jake listens, his eyes expanding as Elijah's profound words resonate within him. The wise man stopped speaking. The boy said nothing, because in that moment, he saw his own life in the king's friend. A heavy silence hangs in the air, charged with the weight of unspoken understanding. The weight of destiny settles upon Jake as he grasps the profound connection. Amidst the modest village, Jake sits immersed in his books, his brow furrowed in intense concentration. Days blur into weeks, as Jake remains steadfast, absorbing information with unwavering resolve. Jake tackles each challenge with unrelenting determination, his commitment shining through. Slowly, Jake begins to succeed, his efforts bearing fruit as his understanding deepens. His family watches with beaming pride, their faces reflecting the transformation they witness. A breathtaking sunrise paints the sky with vibrant colors, silhouetting Jake against the horizon. His figure radiates a quiet strength, a testament to battles fought and victories won. Time is worth more than gold, more than jewels, more than anything you own. Once it's gone, it never returns. Value it, and it will value you. Waste it, and it will destroy your dreams. The relentless march of time begins with a single tick. Each second stretches, a tangible reminder of time's fleeting nature. As the ticking fades, a breathtaking sunrise bursts forth. The narrator reflects, "A passenger who misses a train by 1 minute understands the value of a minute." The question is, will you learn the value of time now, or will you learn it when it's already too late? The narrator's final plea echoes across the dawn. Use your time wisely.